Hey everyone, welcome back to Nova Scotia. Well, my time alone rolls on here. Seems the longer the wife and I are married, the longer she stays away in February. I wonder if it's related. Well, our theory is absence makes the heart grow fonder, and it seems to be working. Being a good wife, she found me a cabinet job, so I've been busy doing that. I'll show you that in a few minutes. And I haven't been making many pots, but yesterday I got to make one. So let's take a look at it. So this pot was just turned over this morning. I'm in love with this shape. As usual, I'm keeping it nice and wet. So this shape is like two circles that are connected by a straight line as opposed to an oval. I have quite a few tamarack trees in the small pots that I need to pot up. So I'm gonna make quite a few of these. I think I'm really happy with the shape of this one. So it was the old family heirloom scenario. This is obviously the old part with the typical broken trim that I have to fix. But I was hired to make a base for it. Obviously going to have a drawer in it and a couple of doors. But it's made it out of some beautiful white oak, quarter sawn white oak. So about 3 years ago, I started looking at bonsai apricots on YouTube and got all psyched about them. So I went to the grocery store and bought some apricots and ate the apricot and got the pit out of it and cracked it and got the seed out. And this tree came from an apricot from the grocery store. And I'm pretty much in love with this tree. Definitely a keeper. I had it wired when it was young for that S shape. And I found out pretty quick that it goes really easy from cuttings. And this one is a cutting from it. So today I'm gonna try to take a bunch of cuttings on it, get it trimmed back some. So I'll put you on the tripod and we'll get started on it. Okay. Well, the good thing about no leaves is you can still see me back here. So it was a pleasant surprise when I realized that how easy this tree goes from cuttings. And I do have some more outside somewhere. They're probably buried under the snow. But there's some real nice ones on here now. And the buds are just starting to push on it. So this is what I'm about the size that I'm looking for. And I usually use my fingernail down here to just scratch it down to the cambium layer. And then give it a little dunk in some hormone. When you scratch off the outer layer, it makes the hormone stick really good to it. So I like to use these things that peaches come in. So I'm just going to stick them in there. There are some real nice ones here. This is a good one. If you haven't ever checked out apricot bonsai, you should take a look at them. I've seen some really, really beautiful ones. So one of the cool things about an apricot and a peach and a nectarine is the pit inside of it makes an exact clone of the parent. I'm not really sure about plums, but maybe someone knows. You can leave a comment. But they probably do, because they also have a pit in them. The procedure is just to, of course, get the pit out without messing it up. That's probably the hardest part. I use a vise and try to crack them real careful. Get the pit out and just put it in a wet paper towel and put it in the refrigerator. And they sprout in the refrigerator after about 4 months. So they're really easy. They just take time, and you have to keep checking on them. Make sure that the paper towel doesn't dry out. But I usually use a plastic hummus container, and that keeps them from drying out. There's a real nice one. It's always good to make a little womb down at the bottom of them. That just seems to stimulate the root action. Yeah, it's going to be interesting tonight. It's supposed to rain heavy, and there's still huge snow drifts everywhere. And the ground is definitely frozen. So that water's not going into the ground. There's going to be a lot of runoff. So it'll be interesting. But I'm so glad it's changing, because it hasn't been fun living below freezing. And of course I took the furnace out of the house, so there's been a lot of wood hauling going on around here. But there are signs. The forecast is definitely for us to warm now, and all of the snow should be gone by the first week of March. It'll happen fast. Here's one. So that gets a good number of cuttings in my basket here. So that'll be exciting to watch those, and hopefully get a bunch of new apricot trees. So this tree is it'll be 3 years old this spring, and it hasn't flowered yet. So I'm hoping that this is going to be the spring that I get some flowers on it. Got a really interesting trunk. Already looking like an aged tree. Definitely a keeper. I'll be hanging on to this one. So number 4 has been enjoying the time out of the freezing weather. Taking to the pot really nice. It'll be going outside soon, but not tonight. We're supposed to have a lot of wind with this storm. A good old stormy night in Nova Scotia we're going to have. So there you go, my apricot from the grocery store. Go out and get you one. I hope everyone's having a great day. And I'll see you next time on Bonsai by the Sea.